This is Maintenance and Manufacturing Insights, hosted by Martin Angser, bringing you straight conversations with the people keeping machines running and production moving.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Today, I'm talking with Todd Gibbs, and this is my friend right here. Why don't you
My
tell
name's
us
Todd
about
Gibbs.
yourself and your title and all that good stuff, and how we can get a hold of you?
My name's Todd Gibbs. I'm the maintenance manager at Carlex here in Von Orr, Tennessee. And the easiest way to get a hold of me is usually email address, tgibbs@carlex.com.
Awesome. So I see you've been in the business now for just a few minor years. Is that right?
Just a few. Started in 1977 as the grunt grease monkey boy in the summer. So I've been on all sides of it. I got to work for the Navy for a lot of years.
Awesome.
With the nuclear power program there. So it gave me a lot of insights on how things work down in the theoretical level plus the actual level, and then learned a lot about reliability through them, because it's very important on a sub, obviously, to have reliable equipment. And I've kind of focused that direction as I moved my career on up over the years into reliability.
So did you said the Navy? Did you serve, or were you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, hey,
I
thank you
served.
for your service, sir. I was
On
in the
board.
Marine Corps, so we kind of,
Yeah.
I got to work with you guys quite a bit.
So yeah, I was an electrician mate on a ballistic submarine nuclear. So
Oh, wow.
that was a long time ago.
My brother-in-law, he was in the Navy as well. He was one of the instructors for the new nuclear subs.
Oh, cool.
Up until the point where, they basically told him, hey, your level's too high. We got to find something else to, for you to do, or something like that. And at that point, he was like, he likes to teach, so he went the other direction.
I got you. It's a wonderful program. I tell you what, me and a lot of friends have really done well from the success that gets you aimed towards as far as education and just all the other stuff you learn being in the military. It's really a great way to start.
I think that's one of our I think that's part of our secret sauce here at Centerline, is we've got a couple veterans as well, and it's just, as a veteran, you just kind of understand the hierarchy of things, and chain of command, et cetera, et cetera. You just have different mentality. I feel like a little bit different mentality. So it's always been a pleasure. One, being a veteran myself, and then working with other vets. My son is in the Marine Corps right now as well, so it's pretty awesome.
It is. Sounds like one of my sons joined the Marines. He's out now, but yeah, he served in Afghanistan. So yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for his service. Thank you for your service. I mean, it takes all of us, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we're all on the same team. As much as we bicker back and forth and joke around and all that good stuff, at the end of the day, we're on the same team, and I think we got a pretty good, daggum good team.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, anyway, back to the maintenance, right, and all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
So, tell me a little bit about what your day to day or whatnot, and what you do and how you do it.
Well, I've been here about a year and a half now. They brought me in because they were having some reliability issues. So a lot of my time's been spent inspecting the equipment, working on countermeasures, working with my staff to learn about good root cause analysis effects, and I had to work towards better reliability using different. It's amazing. Sometimes just going from a $7 bearing to a $25 bearing, it seems like a big expense, but hey, this is the right one for the job, and how much more reliable we can make a piece of equipment.
Absolutely.
And so we work on a lot of that kind of stuff, and then
absolutely,
plan shutdowns. So we're fixing to have a 3-day shutdown here going into July. So we've been working on that here recently.
So is that shutdown for maintenance purposes?
It is, yeah. We've got some utility stuff we have to get done, plus some work on some of our primary equipment. So
okay.
Yeah, we'll be overhauling a conveyor system, a couple other things.
So what kind of machines are you guys using? I mean, are you doing? It says Carlex Glass, right? Is that's the name of the company?
It is. Carlex Glass is a big company. They do automotive glass.
Okay.
The thing we do here, we do not create the glass. Nashville, the plant in Middle Tennessee actually makes the glass, or another person we contract it for. We shape and bend it. All the pieces are different sizes. When you think about a car, it's
Right.
not like just a little flat piece of glass, the same size in all of them. They all have different shapes and shapes. So that's what we do. We heat and bend and shape and drill for spots for window handles to go in, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So for the different types of machines you guys have, I mean, you're heating, bending. Do you guys also use CNC machines to be cutting and do the edges, bevels, or
Uh,
any of that stuff?
They're like a CNC machine. It's robotics grinders. But
Okay.
yes, it is that. We use a company out of Japan. Most of our stuff, but it does the axes and cuts and grinds around the edges, bevels them, shapes them up.
Yep.
So yes, you're envisioning it very much accurately. So
We have there's another company that we deal with that also does a lot of glass. I mean, it's Chem Glass here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I mean we manage and maintain all of their spindles from their HSDs, and I mean I even pulled up their info. We've been doing business with them since 2011, and but we've helped keep them running and keep them up and going. So we go there, pick up the spindles and whatnot. So
yeah,
that's the only reason why I kind of figured with glass as well that it's not just the
yep,
heating and the bending and everything else. You got to cut and grind and all that stuff
yep,
as well. So
yep. We got the cut and grind machines and bevel them out. You're absolutely right. A lot
right.
of work involved to that, obviously.
So since we're talking about maintenance and all that stuff, other than taking downtime or coming to a month where you're doing all the maintenance,
Right.
I'm sure that you run into situations where you're running machines or whatnot and maintenance is required. Do you guys have a standard operating procedure like an SOP as far as preventative maintenance, or is it always like reactive maintenance? That's I think
We're
the best way of saying it.
we're kind of in between it. We still have quite a bit of reactive, but we're trying to get more towards the reliability centered maintenance.
Yep.
It's amazing over the years you see how much time spent on PMs that don't really make you more reliable.
Correct.
You focus on that, you do that, and it's okay. You say you accomplished it, but did you accomplish anything that makes the equipment better longer term?
Right. Yeah,
But
you're always
we're
chasing your tail.
focusing, right? Like we have a good vibration route now. We usually after they get done doing it, we plan the repairs and catch them before they fail. So we're working a lot towards that. We do a little bit of thermography. We're trying to get more into that and just trying to plan out the stuff better overall. To where we have, like anybody else, our resources are very short. You don't have enough man hours to do everything that you like to do. So you got to focus on the stuff that really benefits you. Biggest bang
Yeah,
for your buck, as it were.
absolutely, absolutely. How many men do you have underneath you that helped you with all of your maintenance and stuff?
Let's see. We got about, counting the staff and everybody, about 27 people, I believe, 26, 27,
Just
something
for the
like
maintenance
that.
parts.
Yep.
So tell me a story of what was one of your worst case scenarios and how'd you fix it?
Worst case is over 40 years. Oh, dear.
Right. I mean, there's a what was it, a catalog, I'm sure,
Yeah, I
of
started saying,
scenarios, right?
yeah, there's a few. One of the, I can tell you one of the best case scenarios where we improved is, I don't know, am I allowed to plug other companies here? Can
Oh
I use
yeah,
company?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
So I don't know if you've dealt with Sabaki chain, but years ago in the 90s, Sabaki came and peddled to me the Sabaki Lambda chain.
Uh-huh.
At the time, I was in charge of an AGV system that
Okay.
downtime cost about $100,000 an hour. So chain
Woo!
brake was very expensive, and we were
Yeah.
having a lot. So worked with them, started out a good overhaul system there, put in that new Lambda chains that didn't require any. It's a non-lube chain, and it holds up really well. Got a good frequency on it. So
Yeah.
we would replace that during the shutdown periods, and we eliminated all the downtime from all our conveyors, which is huge savings to Bridgestone at the time.
Yeah, I
So that
bet.
was that's one of the biggest pain in the butt, but came back to be a very good success. And they still use a Sabaki Lambda chain, even though I've left the company since 2008. They
Hmm.
still use that same chain. It's just one of those great things. It was a great reliability win compared to what we were dealing with.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I mean, and that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize is, that whenever, as far as maintenance goes, if it wasn't for us to take care of the maintenance and make sure doing the PMs, et cetera, but whenever a machine goes down or a line goes down or a machine in a line goes down, either way, you're losing money. I mean, if the machine's
Oh
not
yeah,
cranking out or producing, then you're not making money, which is then now in the red.
yeah,
So it's an important part of any company that's manufacturing or producing parts is the maintenance part,
yes,
so
absolutely.
that's why we're doing the show, trying to get people that's watching and whatnot, the little tips and tricks and different scenarios that people have ran into and the way that people have been able to mitigate or fix those situations or even better the
Oh,
company in the long run.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's now I have plenty of examples. If you want me to talk about others, I can. You turn
Well, I
you
mean,
lead with
yeah,
that.
I mean, why not? I mean, especially if it's pertaining to the company that you're working for now and everything, with the
Okay.
glass.
We have a Lear oven, like you pointed out. We have ovens that heat, so we can shape the glass. Last Christmas, we identified a shaft, the large drive shaft going bad,
Mhm.
and it'd eat up. The bearing had locked up and it spun on it. You know how that does; it eats down to it.
Yep.
And instead of having a complete catastrophic failure, because that's about a 900 pound roller that actually drives all that stuff. So the guys were able to take the Loctite with the stuff that seizes on, made for a slip shaft,
Yep.
and patch that up with some shims and get it seated down on it, get a new bearing on it, and got it back running till today's the day we're actually replacing the shaft permanently.
Yeah.
So we were able, without any unplanned downtime, patch that up and get to from last Christmas till today.
Wow.
We're going cold on the oven, and we're pulling that shaft out right now to replace with the new shaft that's not
Yeah.
got any wear on it. So that's
Yeah.
another big success with using Loctite, and it happened here. Instead of
Yeah.
having it shaft break, it was a great job by the guys.
It's amazing how the bearings seated on the shafts or whatnot, how whenever they go bad or the vibration comes on or the heat or whatever the scenario is, how it just kind of eats away on that shaft, and all of a
Yep.
sudden you're under tolerance, and things need to be, like you said, using shims or whatever else. I mean, all those are, of course, your temporary fixes, but if they last long enough, that's great,
Yep.
so
That's kind of
it's
did for us. It lasted until we had it planned out. We didn't have a roller to replace it, but after we got it in now, we had it scheduled, and we're doing the job today and tomorrow. We'll be replacing it with a new roller.
right. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. So when you've got spindles or critical pieces that actually go down, what is your SOP? Like, what is your procedure? Does it alert you? Do you look at parts, or are you looking at what the production is coming out with? Like, what do you see as your tall tale signs? And then how do you proceed from there? Do you use OEM to repair the things? Do you repair most of the things in-house? Or do you use third parties to send them to and let them fix it and get it back to you as soon as possible?
It's a lot of it's a third party. We have the spares sitting around to replace it. Once it goes out of tolerance and it won't adjust right for the operators, they'll call us down there, and the guys will troubleshoot it from that point and replace it as needed and get it back up and going. And we'll send that out to a OEM repair place, and then they'll repair it and send it back with everything ready to go, spec'd up to proper specs.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
so that works out pretty good for us. That takes several hours, but uh, it's usually pretty easy to catch. The operators can tell within a couple hours of trying to fight with it, there's an issue. Then we'll plan it right away after that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just noticed that there's a third party here on our Zoom meeting, Mr. Lombardi. I was expecting you about 45 minutes ago.
I'm in Mountain Central Time.
Okay. Well,
It was 9 a.m. For on my end.
Right. Yep. Yep. We're running off of Central Standard Time, so a little missed the boat just a little bit. I would like to get back with you sometime soon,
Let's
and
do
maybe
it.
we can do it that way. Sound good?
Apologize for the miscommunication. Yeah,
No,
send
not a
another
problem at all.
invite.
Hey, not a problem. We'll catch up for sure.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, thank you. You take care. Sorry about that, Todd.
That's okay.
That's never happened to me before, but you know what? We're gonna keep rolling with this.
There you go.
Okay, so with all that being said, here's a fun question I always like to ask, and the answers have varied so dramatically between everything, and it's just a fun question. The fun question is, when you talk to your friends, family, relatives, whatever else, and tell them, hey, I'm the maintenance manager at Carlex and this, that, and the other. What is usually the one thing that blows their mind about what you actually do? Or what is the wow effect that they're like, or that they don't realize that actually is entailed in what we do nowadays?
Uh, just how much equipment it takes to make wherever you're at. Let's say, most people in their mind think it's it's a little shop in the back of somewhere that makes like the glass for your windshield, instead of a million square foot facility kind of thing. They think,
Right.
oh yeah, there's this little garage down the road, 60 by 48 something, and they spit out the glass to put on these windshields, or our tire manufacturers and think that's it's no big deal. Just some rubber shoots in a mold, and then that shapes out your tire, you drop it out. Most people, they just, the whole idea of how complicated it is to make anything is what blows most of them's minds when you talk to them about it.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of the consensus a lot of times, was the fact that most people honestly don't realize how much of their day-to-day items that they use that we have basically our fingers in,
Yep.
that we've done, manufactured or made or created, or however you want to say it, just to make sure that they can. I mean, a windshield, it's
Yep.
something that we just take for granted when you buy a car, but
Yep.
there's a lot into it. There's a lot of things that are connected to just making that one piece or that one part.
Yep. That's,
And it
that's the,
varies, you
Yep.
know?
And it's that way with anything that's manufactured. Most people they just have no concept of what it is to get, whether it starts out as raw goods all the way up to where it's something that they have in their hands.
Right.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. So you were saying earlier that you've got a call it a sister company or the same company that actually manufactures the glass for you. So they're actually blowing it, rolling it, whatever else, making the glass,
right. Yeah.
and then they just send you the 8x8 sheet or whatever else. Is that right?
That's
Or
correct. Yeah. I mean, dimensions aren't right, but yeah, it's it. They float the glass down there, putting all the ingredients in it and manufacture it and cut it off in the sheets, like you said, and they send it to us. Then we cut it down to the actual shape instead of the big flat, like you said, 6x4, whatever it is. We
whatever?
get
Okay.
different sizes for that comes in. But yeah, that's it. That's the company out of Nashville.
So they basically just pre-cut, and when we say pre-cut, they're not actually shaping, like for a window, it's not going to be square.
Yeah,
It's more whatever the heck shape it
yeah.
is.
It
But
just comes off their line. They call them float lines, where they take all the sand and everything, mix it, and make the float mix to make the glass, and then as it comes off, they just cut it off in sheets, and then they make it sheets that they can ship to us and other people too, not just
right,
us.
right, right. Okay, okay. So then you guys get it in, and then depending on
Right,
the work order or whatever it is, it comes in, and then you guys start doing the work.
right. That is
And
correct.
most of those have production lines, like, hey, we're putting out 4,000 of these today, or I mean, but what's your how many are you producing per day? I mean, that's a good question.
It depends on which line. Like our fast line, the BT line, it'll produce anywhere from 12,000 to 15,000, depending on what we're running
Is
of
that
units a day.
per month? Per what, per
Not per
day?
day. Yeah, yeah. So that's per day.
12 to 15,000 pieces of basically
Right.
windshield, whatever else, per day.
Yeah. Well, those are actually side pieces. They're smaller. Windshield
Okay.
line's not as fast. The windshield line makes about it makes about 1,500 a day. That's what it does. So it's a little different, 1,500 to 2,200.
Well, yeah,
So
but
yeah,
I mean that's almost understandable. You've got to heat the glass and everything, bend it to the
right.
shape. And I mean, do you guys pre-cut before you bend, or do you bend and then cut? You
No,
know, bevel edges
it's
and all that.
yeah. The glass is pre-cut to the rough side, and then they put it through like the windshield line we have is a sag bender where it comes in a flat piece after it's washed and has a lamination between the two sheets. Then it goes on that, and then it goes through the oven that we're working on changing that shaft today.
Right, all right.
So, and then it comes out sagged according to the shape it is from the weights that's tugged down on it, and then it picks it up off of that and cools it off and takes it on down and gets it ready to go. So
That's still,
pretty
I mean,
incredible.
yeah, I mean, especially for the amount that you're saying, 1,500 for that one, and 12 to 30. Gee, many Christmas. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah,
definitely cooking, that's for sure.
yeah. They're fast lines, but of
Right.
course, like any other place, production people want to be faster than they're designed to be. Actually, so it's like, why can't
I
they
mean,
go
it's
faster?
correct. Yeah, they always want it faster. They always want it faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes just ramping up one extra piece can definitely, the quality control kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually they go hand in hand. Once you speed things up too fast, you usually lose a little bit of quality or a little bit
Yeah.
of, or quality or the control, one or the other.
Right.
That's pretty remarkable. I mean, that's those are some major quantities for sure.
Oh yeah.
So outside of work, what do you do? Any hobbies? Any fun stuff?
I like to garden probably more than anything. I love my flower beds. I spend a lot of time with that, and then I wrestle with my wife's cat all the time. It and I have a definitive feud.
Right.
It fights me over my seat and bites me, and so it makes for an interesting uh, a point where all the kids are gone now, where it's just me and her and that cat. So we
Right.
got to enjoy that carrying on with each other.
Yep. That's I used to actually breed cats back in the day.
Oh,
So I used to the Savannah cat. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but it's a mix between an African serval and a domestic house cat.
oh man,
And my company was actually the origin of the breed. They're the ones that, I mean, I wouldn't say create, but they stumbled upon the breed
right.
and furthered it, and actually got it recognized by the International Cat Association.
Oh, that's
So
pretty
it
cool.
was it was pretty neat talking to some of the clients that I had back then. From movie stars to princes to queens to neighbors of Michael Jackson. I mean, it was pretty wild. But we had a COVID kind of took care of that for us.
Yeah.
Hey.
COVID changed a lot of stuff, didn't it?
It definitely has. I mean, we were talking about that not too long ago here in the office, just how the effects of that, and then rolling straight into the presidential elections, and then how that has been how that's been on manufacturing, and how it's been a roller coaster ride where companies are holding back, and now uh, our supply has always been we always kept a huge supply of everything, and most people did. And all of a sudden now everybody's, really cut back on their oh, come
Spare
on.
parts.
Yeah, spare parts, etc. Right.
Yeah.
They just, nobody's got that big of a stock anymore. And
No.
so with that being said, a lot of times what happens is companies that have, the CNC machines doing all their work, we always recommend, hey, the best thing to do to prevent downtime is make sure you've got a backup spindle. It's the easiest thing to replace, and without it, your CNC machine doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, but most people don't like pulling the trigger just for the fact of, it's an expensive component, and everything is what skeleton stock or whatever you call it.
Yep.
So
Yeah, the bare minimum.
yeah,
Same
everything's been
crews,
bare minimum.
bare minimum crew, bare minimum parts, and everything's sitting there right at the edge.
Yep,
So
yep. So it's definitely been a roller coaster, but we always make it work, right?
yeah, that's true.
The demand is there, the need is there.
Yep, that's for
All
sure.
right.
So what other
Well,
issues how about manpower? Are you all? I've been part of a group for years about trying to get not as good as Mike Rowe is, but to try to get young people to get into the trades. I think it's improving now, but there's a big gap in the generations behind us of people that just even want to do this job.
Correct.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen that some of the younger generations, a lot of them go through and have that feeling of it'll fix itself, or I'll get to it later, or that whole just what the chill effect. It's like, oh yeah, we'll it'll get done, just not sure when. And it's I've found that over the years that whenever a task is assigned to somebody, or something needs to get done, if you don't have a deadline behind it, then you can bet your bottom dollar that it'll get done eventually, and that is just a lot of times unacceptable. So yeah, it's not the AI stuff. I mean, I don't know how you guys use AI, or if you guys even use AI, but that's been coming around so much lately, and people have been asking, and for sales or for this or for that, and it's like I keep thinking AI is basically just a regurgitation of information. So in other words, you can look it up. Just it's basically I don't know. I feel like it's a glorified Google.
Yeah.
Other than if you want to create a picture, it'll create a picture for you. But you know, um, I don't know. It's getting wild. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yes,
3D
things are
printing. That's
changing.
that's the other one. Do you guys do any or have any 3D printers or anything of that sort?
Yeah, we have a few parts. We have an engineer that's actually fixing to retire. I've got a couple of younger ones that are taking it up on the mantle. They catch on that pretty quick to
Yeah,
do some 3D printing. But yeah, he's 3D printed a few parts that saved us a lot of money over the years.
yeah.
So yeah,
I can see
yeah.
that
So
too.
it's a
And
it's
that's
a it's a very handy tool to have, especially depending on what you're manufacturing, how you use it.
correct. And that's one of the things that we run into is with, I mean, we're still we repair the spindles inside the CNC machines. So with 3D printing, obviously there's no CNC machine and there's no spindle. So, but I've found that with the trends, as everybody's trying to, use 3D printing more and more, um, you just don't have the same quality. It's just not quite as robust. Tolerances aren't quite as tight, and there's a couple of other things, that kind of come into factor as well. But I try to be confident that we still need some good old fashioned manufacturing and CNC work that's not going to get replaced by 3D printing. But
Oh, that's true. I have to agree with you there. It has its place though. It's another
correct,
tool in the toolbox, as it were.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, Todd, I appreciate coming on here and talking with me again. Um, Todd Gibbs from Carlex Glass. You want to get a hold of them? They get a hold of you via email. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with me and chatting with me and shooting the breeze, if you will. And
Uh,
till next time.
Till next time. It's nice meeting you.
A pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thanks for listening to Maintenance and Manufacturing Insights with Martin Angster. Want to be featured on the show? Head over to maintenancemanufacturinginsights.com/guest to apply and share your story with the industry.